Where do I start? What is happening in the world? So it really does feel like there's an attack on women. Like, what is happening? I'm just so in shock. So tell me, you guys, if this has been happening for you on your YouTube. So I go on YouTube and it's just filled with men murdering women. Can I say that? Unaliving, or what do they say? But I don't know why everyone censors it. But it's all about men literally ending the lives of the women they're supposed to love and protect and provide for. Like, what is happening? Right? So I'm just so in shock. I don't know if you guys have been following the news or whatever, but last week was a girl in Zanzibar, or earlier this month, and before that was some other girl. The other one was a girl who just went on with a guy randomly. And then it's not just people dating, it's actually couples, like people who are married. The lieutenant guy from this weekend or so that killed his wife, then just I can't think of all of them, but it's just been so many. And I'm just like, are women safe anymore? Like, what's the whole point of this? It's just really scary. And I guess what I want to talk about today is really relationships. Why is it so difficult? And now that something's happening in the world, like where you're just not happy with someone, is not just Xing the person, putting them on an island and just cutting them off briefly. Now it's like, I'ma end your life. Like, what in the world? That is so scary for a woman. Like, yeah, it's crazy. But with this attack on women, I would say we really, really need to pray for our women. We really need to pray for protection. Of course, over the men too. Men have been acting really strange lately. Even with there's also the other things about like divorce. Like, a lot of men are like asking for divorce. I heard about some other vlogger influencer girl where her husband asked her for a divorce on her birthday. That's just brutal. Like, what the heck? Anywho's, it's just so sad. It's almost like there's some other hidden agenda around like relationships, men hating on women. Like, the man hate thing is real. I work in the IT security field, and the man hating on women thing, it is real. Like, men think they can, I'm not even gonna get into like work stuff, but like, it's real. A lot of men, not all, but a lot of men literally have zero compassion towards women. I digressed a little bit, but my goodness, what is happening with the thought of relationships, right? I think it's losing its value. A lot of women now in my age, I'm not young, I know I look young, yeah, they're just going off to have kids on their own because they can't sit around and wait for men to act right, the right man. A lot of women are taking, control of their independence. They're doing well, so they're just going to build families on their own. And I feel this is absolutely, it's part of the issues of what's actually destroying the world, and like when it comes to men, what's happening? Okay, even with marriages, I'm rambling a little, but I'm just trying to comprehend what is happening. Like, women are so precious. Like, what would make you want to end the life of a woman, even if you hate her guts, right? So that's why I think this is like a demonic agenda that's actually happening. So even let's move on to divorce, right? So many couples are getting divorced, and just today, I think this is what got to me today, is just today one of my favorite couples ever. I just heard, or I was told, that they're getting a divorce, my very good friend. And it's really painful to hear that, because I was literally just over at theirs for dinner, and I'm just like, oh, they're a couple that would make me wanna. Anyway, I did tell her that I was gonna gloss over it a little in the video, but this time she's the one who actually asked for a divorce. I know it wasn't cheating. I can share the reason, but it still breaks my heart because they're such a beautiful couple, both deeply spiritual. The guy is really amazing. She's just so amazing. She's just one of my boos. Like, she's just amazing. And it's just really sad to hear certain things, like when it comes to relationships. And the fact, while I'm really glad, she's in a position to be able to, request it if that's what she really wants. There nothing I can do there. But it's almost like, just looking from the outside in, when like married people get it together, like, a reminder on my phone, like, get it together. Like, what's going on? So many women are so unhappy in marriages. Like, and what they don't realize is every day they stay in that marriage, their husbands are literally killing them as well, killing them slowly. Like, when you are in a relationship that's like draining you, taking your chi, your God energy, that's just sucking the life out of you. That's what I mean by chi. It's almost like you're literally dying slowly. It's like being in a job that's sucking your lifeline. That's literally what it's like to be in a marriage that is just terrible. That's bad for you. And unfortunately, most of the time, it's the woman that actually suffers this. So if you're in a situation, and the other thing is, a lot of women do not want to leave because they also feel like they have no choice. They want to keep that pretty family image, perfect family image together. But if you're married, you're in a situation that's just really horrible. Like, no marriage is perfect. Like, I've been saying, like, a lot of people just, like, marriage is not perfect. You have to tolerate each other, or maybe not tolerate, that's the wrong word, but you need to be able to understand each other. I think understanding is like the greatest thing, and patience. But these days there's literally no patience. Like, everyone's overworked, just the nervous system is shot. Shiznit happens at work, and it's like you bring all the crap home from the day into your marriage, into your family, and it's just like yelling, ignoring each other. It's really strange. I mean, there are other couples I know that really understand each other and they're happy, and I love that they know their marriage is not perfect, but I can tell they love each other and they choose to just stay with each other while they work on it, build their family, do things to create really good memories. But at the end of the day, I know I'm rambling here, but stay with me. So the first thing I'll talk about is, the first thing I'm talking about is, if you are unhappy, in your relationship, don't just walk out, have a discussion about it. It's just really sad that in this day and age, a lot of couples, a lot of women as well, don't feel safe enough in their marriages to even talk about what they're feeling internally, what they're going through, with their husbands. So it's almost like their husbands are also sleeping with strangers. And it's not just the women. The men as well are going through things and they're not discussing it with their wives. So it's almost like strangers sleeping with each other every night. Like, it makes zero sense. And I would love to see couples more intentional about what they're creating, especially if they do have children, about what the children are seeing as what a model is for a relationship. And I think we're losing that. Like this generation, we're absolutely 100% losing it. And it's just really sad. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, um, be careful before you say I do, before you date, before you walk down the aisle. I've escaped a few situations, and I know those situations were going to kill me slowly, not abruptly, but I could tell it was going to be a slow degrading of my life in every area. So I ran for my life. So choose life. We're given opportunities every day to make decisions that would give us more life or take our lives away, right? Like the Bible says, in every moment, you choose life or death. And I think with relationships these days, you really need to, and not just, yeah, like with dating, like you need to, don't, like, I know a lot of people say yes, say yes, say yes to every date, or go for every date. You have to kiss 50 frogs before you find the prince. I think that's all BS. Like, my thing is, focus on you as a woman. Like, become the best version of yourself that you can be. Like, the best 100% absolute version of yourself you can possibly be. Like, target that. That's who you should target becoming every day. Like, figure out your truth. Yeah, so like someone told me earlier today, we were just talking about relationships, and she said something so profound, like, as women, we need to literally focus on healing internally, like the broken pieces or the parts that we think are broken within us, which, by the way, I don't think a lot of things people think are broken are actually not broken. But anyway, and she said when you actually heal those parts of you, you attract someone who's more whole, right? There are no perfect people in the world. Um, they're just people who are going through their process, going through the journey, and you absolutely want someone who's very, who knows that they're going through a journey, and who they're willing to surrender to the path, to the journey, and whatever it brings to them, even in their relationships, right? And I think in these days, a lot of people are just not patient enough to understand. The world is just creating these frames of reference of rush, 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 go, go, go. If they're not the right one, divorce. Like, I saw a sign. I think this is part of the reason I even recorded this today. Divorce, $300. Like, divorcing is so cheap. It's cheaper than a trip. Like, what in the world? So it makes sense that people are just getting divorced like left, right, and center. I mean, of course, I know it could cost more depending on the levels the people are and so on. It could get ugly, all of that. But I guess I'm just gonna end with this. If you're married people, get it together. You said I do for a reason. It's almost like hiring someone, to into your team, and then randomly you're like, I can't stand this person, I want to lay them off. You hired them. Why did you hire them? Like, what's the reason you hired them? And did you forget why you hired them? So if they're not hitting the mark, have a discussion with them. I also mentor like and I coach like other executives as well. And the men especially, they would say they would want to lay people off, and they would not have a discussion with the person about how they're messing up, or how they're just not, acting right or hitting the mark, or whatever goals they set. So I feel it's almost the same. That's what I can say it as. It's almost like there are all these unsaid expectations, unmet expectations that are just not being talked about. There are agreements made in each person's minds, and they think, oh, they should know this or they should know that. But so you have two people thinking two very different things, but not the same. So they're very different expectations, all of that. Like, it's just madness. I hope you're following. I'm kind of following in my head, just hearing what I'm talking about. But I guess I really just wanted to just record something. Yeah, the state of the world, especially with relationships, really hurts, just because I feel a lot of healing of our earth, of our world, could really begin in homes. But if homes are being torn apart and homes are being, fights, war in the house, people take the energy to work, it's just insane, really insane. It's messing up our world even more. It's causing a lot of trauma in kids that they wouldn't even realize until they're in their 20s, or they begin dating and they'll have to go through all these cleansing and clearing and purifications and all these things. And of course you would ideally want your child to choose the divine way and not just go through all these psychedelic new age experiences. I know people will argue with me that psychedelics are not new age. Whatever, that's not what this is about. Okay, so marriages, get it together. So if you're single, man or woman, get clear. Like, what do you really want? Not even what, like, why do you even want a relationship? Like, why do you actually want to get married? Like, what's the point of getting married for you? Is it just for kids? Is it just to say I have a family? Is it just to have your own perfect picture of a family and say, I have mine too? Especially those like Christmas photos where everyone's like matching. I'm not making fun of any families. They're cute. But is that why is that what you can't wait to do? Like when you get married? Because you'll wake up in that marriage really quickly. Marriage is way more than cute pictures, right? So, and for the marriages, the people who are doing really well in their marriage or marriages, if you're watching this, please share tips on how you maintain really good marriages without sweeping things under the rug. Because I also feel that's another reason for divorce, is that things happen over and over again. It's not discussed. It's swept under the rug until the rug becomes this high from the floor. It's like this high and you can't even walk on it. You have to fly just to get to the living room, right? And then it's like now you see all the crap that's been swept under the rug and you're like, divorce. All right, signing out. Please take care of yourself. Be clear in your communication with not just people you're dating or you're married to, but with people around you. Don't be afraid to state what you want, what your needs are. A lot of people also act up because their needs are not being met, and they automatically expect the other person to know what their needs are. Okay, I'm rambling again. I could create another 10 minutes or talk another 10 minutes about that topic, but that's not what this video is for. So I'm gonna run. I'm starving. I haven't had dinner. Literally just got home, had a very long day. Okay, I think I've rambled enough here. These are my badass fabulous thoughts for this week. I don't know if I'm doing this every week, but again, I do it as I'm nudged. But yeah, thanks for watching. I enjoy recording videos. Actually, I'm just thinking about this. I don't do this enough because of time, because of it's just so much to do. I wish I could do more of these, But yeah, do let me know what you think of this video. So, ciao.